Hello and welcome everyone. So this is your final week, and with your final week is your final project. So hey, I'm Vinamd, your instructor that you might remember from the past 2 weeks have conducted various sessions. So up to now, to this wonderful streak of learning at POWAN, we have started from the very basics of C++. Continuing the streak, we followed up loops, functions, went through various libraries, understood about arrays, implementation of C++, its relevance in real life, and now we are here finally with our final project. So, not wasting any more time, let's get started. Now, the very first question when it comes about thinking of a project is that what you are going to build. At Proven, we highly recommend you to be as innovative as possible. Well, initially, we don't have any kind of foundation on whatever you like to build, but less than what? We ensure that you all must be innovative enough and must be creative enough to think something that is really worthy and good. It really motivates everyone over here to experiment their learning as the best way possible for the part of your final project. As I mentioned before, there is no limit over what you want to build. And we actually highly recommend you to think of a project for you. And our whole team out here will be there to help you throughout. So, if you have any wonderful idea rather than what we are going to discuss in the upcoming video, feel free to reach any one of us out to the various platforms. You either can use our website, that's proven.org, and with the help of contact us button, you can reach us. Even you could directly drop down your questions and your queries within the comments down below at this video. So at the final project, we are going to introduce you with a very basic project, that is a library management system. In the upcoming slides, we are going to discuss more about it. Apart from this, we have some ideas for you, the initial ideas that you may take inspiration from. You can make a virtual test-based role-playing system game and own crypto-based. Yeah, right. You can design your own crypto base in C++. Apart from this, you can make bank management system, university management system, school management system, a complete crypto market, a text editor, and anything that you want. You know, C++ have a wide variety as the language is close to hardware. It's comparatively easier and more better in terms of implementation. So let's get started with what we are going to build to now. So as the slide suggests, think like a programmer and a librarian. Have you decided to go through with the library project as a basic idea for all of you? It's really important that you all think like a programmer as well as a librarian. So what does this mean? This means you have to apply your programming skills, your ability to program that you have learned over the previous weeks. And with those ability, you have to think like a programmer in order to find the problem in a more certain way. That what are some important things a library needs to keep track of? As we all know, library is simple is itself symbolizes a complete module having books and various knowledge bases. So here our keynote would be managing books in an efficient way. Now, what are some important functions that a library performs, such as issuing a book, renewing its dates, making sure that the conditions of books are good, ensuring about their serial numbers, ensuring about their quantity in order to ensure that there would be no shortage in the upcoming time for the students. So, over the same pattern, you have to think over the various things. So let's have some idea for us. It would be better at now if you could take a pen or a pencil with you so that you would be able to understand the things better. Now, let's have a look at what would be the things it would be needed there for a librarian. So, to this point, let's have a look to this board. Now, as you can see, let's have start with the draw. So, let's say this is a library. Now, what are its functions? Let's define some of the functions that a library need to perform. Let's say it's like there is one box, second function, third function, fourth function, and so on. So let's say for the first function, we have to issue new books. So this is our first function. The next function is renew the books details. This is our second function. Following on, we have our third function to be, let's say for this example, let's have that our third function is buying new stock of books, and our fourth function, keeping track of students having those books. So for this now, we have actually initialized the four function. So as we mentioned before, you have to think like a programmer. At the first go, we have thought like a librarian who knows these functions and these functionality. I know there are much more functionality out there, but let's for an example, let's start with a very basic functionality. So now you have to think like a complete programmer. As you know, C++ as of now, it's important to understand that what you need to put down here in order to get out of it. So having this, we have issuing a new book. That would be, we would be providing a token for every new node. Now here, we could use classes to make our things easy. We could use inheritance in order to connect different classes together and use the functions and member functions. Rather than this, we could use various other things. So, well, in fact, this is something you all need to understand that there is no foundation when it comes to programming. You don't have to worry about what the things you have to apply. All you need to know is what you want to apply. So, as programming is like painting in an open canvas, you are the one with the paintbrush and you have the ability to design the things as you want. So, to this particular thing of a library management system, you could either use classes or even you could just do it with structures or unions. Apart from it, it is even possible that you don't even need to apply any of those and you could do it directly. So at the various things you have to consider about which type of data type that would be used, what are the functions that need to be created, what are the predefined functions that we can use in order to implement this faster and more efficiently. So Let's get back to our slides and understand what we are going to do next. So now, as we know, we all are thinking like a programmer as well as a librarian. Now, let's have a library collection. So what you have to do here is design minimum of two classes, one for library and one for individual book. So you could name them like first class would be named as library and another one can be named as book. So there you can add like subclasses as I like suggested. This is like one way of doing. So you could add subclasses within the classes. The library keeps track of what books aren't available. It maintains a collection of work as we also mentioned in the diagram that we have just made. The individual book will have information like title, author, and journal. Apart from this, there would be additional things such as issuing date, the date of collection, the maximum time of issuing that you need to consider. So this is something really beautiful as well as complex about programming. Then the more you understand the problems, the more vast your solution is going to be. But what is the basic motto behind creating this? As we all know, computers, specifically programs or programming, is basically developed to reduce the human efforts. Yeah, so we have to minimize or we have to automate the task that is being done by a librarian or a human in order to reduce their quarrel as well as improve the speed. While machines such as a computer can do calculation much faster and can take care of the things as well as don't tired such as we human do, is really relevant as well as much better to maintain records out there. So similarly, we have to do with the library collection. Now, concepts and tools that you would need. So as we mentioned before, you need the basic understanding of C++, data structures and classes, and a bit of inheritance. So we have already gone through all of these, starting with the very basic of C++. We went to arrays and understanding the data structures, then we went to all the way to classes, as well as we've discussed about different type of inheritance, single level, multi-level, as well as multiple. Apart from this, you could also use the hybrid inheritance in order to make your task more comfort as well as do it more efficiently. Now, in a time, feel free to reach out to any one of us or to ask for help or any clarification as well as any guidance at any of the time. At the video description, you can see the various links through which you can access to us or you can simply drag down a comment over there and we would reply back to you as soon as possible via us. With this note, this is a simple and a short video for you just to give you what you're going to do in this final project. With the same statements, thank you for continuing your streak up to now with POWAN. We would be really happy to help you out in the various parts and really excited to see your projects. Please do your projects as fast as possible and submit it to us. We are dropping down a description of various sources through which you can submit your project. So for now, sayonara, bye-bye, have a great day and have a great time. And we all are here to help you out. So feel free to reach us any one of our. Bye.